And, I have to put it lower, or rather higher. Hold on. All right. Gotta have it like this because I gotta charge this phone. Oh. Alright, well, how's it going? Got me here some vegan poutine that's probably cold by now because, like I said, I had to do some business and then I reheated it and got caught on social media, so now it's cold again. So I'm just gonna eat it anyway. Still tastes good. It's pretty decent. I got vegan cheese. I got, of course, French fries and some processed vegan meat, or rather, processed. So processed mock vegan meat. Yeah. I was trying to think of something to say. I also saw someone do this on YouTube before, so that's why I got the wood. 1 second. And if you notice, I didn't show the process of me making this because, well, I just forgot to, and honestly, it would have taken too long anyway, so I just said, forget it. I'm going to go straight into just eating it. I think it's going to work way better instead of me taking you guys along, unless I show you like little snippets of me making the food. So once I become a pro, then I might take you guys along for the entire ride. But until then, I think I'm just going to condense the videos down to this format. That way, they won't all be 30 minutes long, which is freaking crazy, I know. 30-minute long videos. No, this thing is cold, but it's still good though. Now I think about speak about something that's in the news right now. That Lil Nas X guy, pretty dope. He has 2 songs I like. I know it's Old Town Road. That's the most popular one, but Carry On is the other one I like. Kind of relates to me because it's a painful topic. I'm not going to get into it here, but it's a painful topic that he talks about in the song, and I'll let y'all listen to it on your own. I'm not even going to play it on here, but yeah, I relate to it, and it's a really, a song that has a really dope beat or dope melody, but has painful lyrics. Those are usually the best ones. And it was really good. That Old Town Road, if you can figure it out, if y'all ever heard of the song What Goes Around Comes Around by Justin Timberlake off of his Future Sex Love Sound, off of Justin Timberlake's Future Sex Love Sound or Love Sounds track, rather Love Sounds album. Um, that specific song kind of matches, like melody wise, it matches up with Old Town Road. So every time I have Old Town Road play in my head, or if I sing it or just whatever, I could just hear what goes around, comes around, comes around, comes all the way back around. Like I can hear that instantly play like right after a lyric or two of Old Town Road. But yeah, Old Town Road's pretty good. By the way, a little side note, people take water for granted. Water tastes so good. This thing has no taste. Water has a taste. What does it taste like? Water, nigga. It tastes so good, but message of the day, drink water. Okay, so back to the main point. Yeah, Old Town Road, it was on the country charts because it was in Billboard's Hot 100, um, Billboard's top hip hop and R&B songs, and then it was Billboard's top country songs, and it was getting up there. I think it almost made number one, or I think it got to like 28, whatever. But it's not on here, by the way. It's just YouTube on here, but no, it was getting up there in the country charts, and they took it off. And people were like, "Oh, why would you take it off?" And we quickly got to the conclusion that it's because of race. And if you look into country music's history and the community around country music in general, it's pretty racist. So it's a high chance that that's exactly what it is. But no one, Billboard, and specifically the people in Billboard who manage the country side of things, they're not going to admit to that. And Billboard themselves as a whole company are not going to admit to that. And I'm only saying that if they have, separate divisions for each genre. So yeah, that was really messed up. But my opinion, I say, fuck Billboard. You don't need Billboard. You don't need Billboard. As popular as that song gotten from memes, TikTok, and pretty much every little video you could find that Lil Nas himself posts on Instagram of people playing it, and it's most likely on their Instagram. It's all over the place. I wouldn't be surprised if Asian people are breakdance to it right now as I speak, because it's that popular. He does not need Billboard because it's that popular. I mean, country and rap, two genres that people think doesn't always mix well, just because of the sound, yes, but mainly because country is more white people, even though its parent genre is old school R&B, aka rhythm and blues, the blues section in particular, thus which made country. So that combining with rap, which rap originates from R&B by way of funk, and then they went into rap. Like those two, music, you always mix music. You can't tell me that you can't. Like, come on. Niggas been using cowbells in rap music. So people thinking that, oh, it's not a good song. Come on. We've had a few rap songs before that are rap and country combined. I know Yellow Wolf has made one or two. I think it was Yellow Wolf and Yellow Wolf and Kid Rock made a rap song together. It was pretty dope. It was okay. This tops that. This definitely tops that. I mean, this is Old Town Road is dope. It's literally just about a cowboy and how his life is, and him having horses in the back. It's a dope song. Now, I understand if you generally don't like it because not everyone is gonna like every single song, but There's people who don't like it just because, oh, I don't like it, it's not country. Yeah, it is. Just like how XXX Tentacion came out with all those yelling rap songs that are just basically another form of metal, or not necessarily metal. I mean, technically it is because 808s are just best, or 808s are basically guitars, but on a computer. It literally is. I don't know the specifics into that, but whatever. But yeah, man, it's country. It's just country rap. That's it. Two genres in one. It's been done before. Rock, rap, rock and pop all the time. Pop and rap, R&B and rap. I could just go on. Vaporwave and rap. Like, the list goes on and on. The genres mix constantly. I'm gonna go and get into that because I don't get into a whole different thing that y'all don't care for. But yeah, it's definitely country. Not just to me, but to a lot of people, even people who like country. Like, man not only has the guitar playing in the background, but he talked about horses. Like, what more do you want, man? And his accent was on point in the song too. And he put effort. And he said he put effort in it. So come on. I mean, it's not like that one song that Lil Tracy and Lil Uzi made about being a farmer. Completely different. That was a parody. Old Town Road is not a parody. By the way, let me get it. This brown right here, that's supposed to be the gravy that I made out of kidney beans. And, a few other stuff, coconut oil, water, the residue from the sauteed vegetables with the processed vegan patty that I have. It is mock meat, but I just gonna say patty, whatever. The residue from that cooked together, water, coconut oil, and then a few other stuff. I think I had like habanero sauce, whatever. But yeah, did that, made that, and strained it too, so that way we'll have chunks of random stuff in it, so I can just have the gravy. Actually came out pretty good. It was good consistency, and even afterwards I added some water and some ketchup to it. Still good. And this is my first time making it, so this isn't even gonna be as perfect, but it still tastes pretty good. I know one thing though, I'm gonna knock out after this, for real. And I'm not about to eat all of this because it's way too much just to eat one night. I know my grandma said she would annoy me about, why would you eat all that? You're not supposed to eat it like I'll tell her like 3 times I'm not gonna eat all of it, and she's still gonna oh, you're not supposed to eat all of it, but whatever. Old people, they only hear one word and they'll just keep going and going and going. I'm not gonna talk too long about it, but I've been watching Netflix again. Finished watching this new series called Love, Death, and Robots. Pretty good anthology. It's basically an anthology series, 18 episodes, has all different types of animation styles. Not all, but a bunch of different types of animation styles. Some of them are pretty innovative and very creative. I forgot what number episode it was, but it was pretty creative. I'm not going to spoil too much, but basically it's a very not safe for work type of show. So if you watch it at work, just make sure there's no one behind you looking at it. No, make sure there's no one looking, and make sure only you can hear. Make sure you're wearing headphones. but it's pretty dope. Like I said, what the title of the show is exactly what's in it: love, death, and robots. Um, a lot of killing. I know there's one episode though. The animation is a cross between the Jack and Daxter video games and Astro Boy and Betty Bob. And like what they're doing in there is like a Fast and Furious type thing. I'm talking about like Fast and Furious when they're getting stuff out of the truck. It's literally that. But that's all I'm gonna say. Show's dope. Me personally, 8 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10. Definitely will watch again. And apparently they're gonna take some of the shorts and turn that into an actual show. Hopefully it's at least the show, the one episode that I mentioned, and a whole nother episode that I'm not even gonna mention at all. You can look it up and like just see little clips from it, so you'll probably find out what I'm talking about. But yeah, two shorts that I'm hoping for to be made into shows. Really hope it does happen. Oh, I'm saying this like I'm about to end it. There's also some really messed up scenarios. This is mostly messed up scenarios, like scenarios where like characters, like all the characters die that get introduced, or like the whole world dies, or one character lives but the other one doesn't. You know, that type of stuff. Yeah, and then another one where like everyone lives. You know, that doesn't always happen. There's one in particular, I'm not going to go into detail about it, but there's one in particular where it's a whole time loop. And I'm pretty sure if that gets turned into a little mini show, with probably like just 3 to 5 episodes as to them figuring out why and how they're even here. Because if they're in a time loop and they try to escape, it's only going to be a matter of time. And specifically, if they're trying to escape, it's only going to be a matter of time before they meet the person who's keeping them in that loop, or the thing that's keeping them in that loop, and why specifically, and if whatever they're in is even a real planet, is it even the real Earth? Is it even a universe, or is it a whole nother realm separate from the universe that they're originally from? You know. But yeah, it's a good show. Like I said, 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. Would definitely recommend. What else? I don't know what else to talk about because I ain't got no notes down. That was on the spot, by the way. Oh wow, that's crazy. I gotta watch that. Apparently, something like all Marvel Netflix shows are canceled, but last I heard, it was gonna be on Hulu. That's one thing. Like Marvel Netflix shows, I know I'm just sitting here talking. I'm supposed to be eating. I forgot. Marvel Netflix and the AB, pretty much every TV show pretty much anything Marvel that is quote unquote in the MCU, but is not a movie, is barely even connected to anything. It's like, why bother saying it's in the MCU when I can't even see Daredevil passing by in the background while Spider-Man is handling some stuff? Like, come on. And don't get me started on that. Oh, well, Spider-Man's 15. That would make no sense for him to deal with stuff that Daredevil deals with. Okay, he was 15 back when they first met in the comics, and he still did the stuff. The stuff he's dealing with now is much more dangerous than what Daredevil was dealing with. This nigga's dealing with science shit and fucking lasers being shot at him. He could get vaporized in an instant if he's not careful. And he's swinging from heights that no regular person would be swinging from, besides Daredevil. If he slips, falls, lands the incorrect way, he could die. Okay? Yeah, sure, the theme is different, but Daredevil is a much darker theme because he's dealing with a lot of dark villains and characters and such, and just dark themes. I mean, we're talking about drugs and sex, alcohol sometimes, but come on. I mean, it's New York. What do you expect? There's gonna be stuff like that. to say that, oh, just because he's 15, you shouldn't have that in there. Nigga, this is real life. At least for them in their universe, that's real life. It's, especially with the Chitauri invasion and all the weapons that got left behind after that, and all the smuggling that was shown in Homecoming. I mean, come on, that's it. That's adult nature right there already. They're basically repurposing the stuff that they got from there, smuggling it into the streets. They even show that in Netflix shows. I think Luke Cage, Hammer, the guy from Iron Man 2, who helped the Whiplash guy or whatever. The movie in Iron Man 2 where the black guy got an Iron Man suit, War Machine. The guy or the business guy who was going up against Tony. Basically, his last name was Hammer. I don't remember his first name. He has a company who was also able to get their hands on alien tech from the Chitauri that was left over. And in the Netflix show, Luke Cage, they had characters pretty much running around with those same weapons. Those same weapons, or at least those type of same weapons, make an appearance, a big appearance, in Homecoming, specifically with the character Vulture. His suit, I don't know if it's specifically made out of Chitauri stuff, but basically the business that he was running, they were smuggling Chitauri weapons and gear and tech, and just repurposing it and making it into weapons or tech that they can use. That they can use, and it was just, yeah, like it's not like smuggling weapons, man. I mean, it was lighthearted throughout the whole entire time, yeah, but come on. I'm telling you, water's good for you, and it tastes great. But nah, I was gonna say there was a scene for something. But no, I was just going on a rant about that with like Spider-Man and Daredevil, and like the fact that Spider-Man can handle adult situations. Because Spider-Man in its original format and in any format, it's just a guy going through life from the time he's a teenager all the way up to whenever they decide to stop making comic books of him. That's literally it. Basically, and when he's a teenager, it's basically someone growing up, maybe a little too fast because of what new responsibilities he has to take on, but clearly he's growing up and pretty much realizing that, hey, the world's dark that we live in. Not too dark, but it's dark enough to where your uncle's gonna die at random because of you not being responsible, which is somewhat what happens in the comics. No spoilers warning, because that part of the story's been out for years now, decades. But anyway, Spider-Man can handle adult stuff. Okay, it's just the people at Marvel who own it. I mean, I think that Bob Iger, whatever his name is, the old dude who thinks that females can't run a movie or whatever, or a female lead in a movie isn't good, which is stupid. Which, by the way, that old dude is the reason why we never got a Black Widow movie, or we haven't got one yet. If it wasn't for him, we would have got all kinds of movies. Heck, if it wasn't for him, they probably would have, Marvel Studios would have set up things in such a way where if they wanted to implement the mutants, it would have been much more easier than they have to now, because now they have to go back and retcon certain things. Or they could just go the Ultimate's route and say, oh, well, you experiment. Which can make sense, but yeah, the TV shows are not connected to the movies. They could barely this is the other part of the conversation because I know it was going on a rant about Spider-Man and Daredevil, but they hardly talk about. Well, yeah, they hardly talk about the Avengers movie or the incident, is what they keep calling it. Like it's freaking Voldemort's name, he who should not be named or whatever. They didn't even name the characters half the time. I mean, they'll do it in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but even then, the characters from the movies barely ever appear in the show, and if they do, it was literally in like one season. Unless we're talking about Nick Fury, then yeah, he might show up like one episode, but that's it. I know it's say Phil Coulson is from the movies and he appeared in it. Okay, yeah, they literally took him out of the movies, put him on the show. And this word makes no sense because in my personal opinion, right? If you're gonna say all this connected, movies, TV, etc., if you're gonna say that's connected, then they should be able to go back and forth through the movies, right? Movies and TV, right? Since it's a huge universe, you're gonna need extra space to flesh out these stories. If that's the case, then why is it that Charlie Cox has stated multiple times that on his contract, he is able, or he's slated to like make an appearance in a movie at some point, or either that, or he said that it says he can make an appearance in a movie at some point, which they really missed their chance with Infinity War. I mean, I think they would have really did it, but I think that one had to do with scheduling problems. Other than that, it was like, come on. Like, New York is going up in flames. Like, we can't see one defender. Not even Colleen Wing. Stupid. And what kills me is that these characters, movies and in the shows, don't mention all the stuff that's going on, like the big stuff that happens in each show and each movie that affect their surrounding area, as if it doesn't affect them at all, or as if it never even happened. Like, you mean to tell me you mean to tell me in Infinity War or just in Iron Man or whatever movie we can't hear nothing about, like, I don't know, crime boss in New York turns new leaf. We can't hear that being said on like a news thing or like a literal name drop. I mean, because I know with these characters they're like so low profile or like they're low tier to the point where it'll be kind of hard to have these low tier people meet up with these high tier people unless certain circumstances make it to where they pretty much have to meet up with each other. I mean, come on. And then on top of that, the Accords. The freaking Accords from Civil War, man. Like, come on. Like, niggas really should have been... Like, there should have been, like, a whole giant show and movie crossover. Like, little characters from the movie. Like, scenes from movies should have been in the shows just to line things up. Like, that's what, like... I'm just saying, these comic book people are not doing this TV show and movie show right. I mean, I understand there's scheduling issues, but it should have been like together. Like I said, I'm not gonna eat this whole thing anyway. This is too much. I don't know, I'm ranting for a long time. I just, just got it off my chest because, this is a mukbang video. I don't know what kind of video this is. It's just me eating food and talking to a camera by myself, like I'm talking to an actual person. As if I don't always do that by myself without the camera on. I must have my Lacrosse thing down here. Another thing, I've been thinking of getting back into lacrosse. Let me see if this is still filming. Oh wow, 30 minutes. All right, so this is gonna be the last little story. So yeah, I've been thinking of getting back into lacrosse, but I guess I'll just give you my little history of lacrosse. I don't remember how it was introduced to me. I think how it was. I'm practically done with this food. I'm not gonna eat it. All right. Well, I'm gonna eat it, but just not today because I'm full. But basically, how it was introduced to me was uh I think it was by random because I remember originally in high school, and it was so funny by the way. Out of nowhere, in freshman year, I asked the athletic office if they had gymnastics. They didn't at the time. And by the way, they ended up having gymnastics or talking about a gymnastics team. Like literally the year, like second semester, I'm pretty sure, second half of second semester, pretty much near the end when I was about to leave. I overheard someone talk about it. I was like, oh man. As soon as I leave the school, all of a sudden they want to have gymnastics. Great. that kind of got me mad because, like, bro, I could have been on some Nightwing shit by now. So now it's even harder. I gotta find a facility. But anyway, lacrosse, it was on not even on a whim. I was just like, okay, well, what other sports out there that's kind of different? I think I was purposely looking for a different sport. Maybe something I never really heard of, or something that was just random. I think lacrosse caught my eye. I was like, okay, let's see what this sport is about. I think I had told my mom about it, and then she was like, "Oh, okay. Well, you gotta buy equipment for that and all that." And I was like, "Well, yeah." And we didn't know where to. Well, of course we knew where to buy it, but and we had money for it too, but I guess we weren't gonna pay for it. We didn't feel like it. So, I think she had called one of my family members, and they had like some extra equipment left over. So as far as sticks, so I had that, and as far as pads, I didn't have no pads. I remember I got from some guy named Jedi. I think he was Filipino or Thai, from Thailand. I'm not sure, but he was definitely a dark skinned Asian guy. He was pretty cool, but I don't know where he's at now. Anyway, gave me his pads and track cleats. I think. Yeah, I had track cleats, and they weren't the proper cleats for lacrosse, but I used them anyway because that's all I had for that anyway. And I played it in a little bit in sophomore year. I ended up having to leave for a little bit because I ended up having to leave for a little bit because I think it was grades. And the coach told me this is like, hey man, you can stay on the team, or not you can stay on the team, like it's okay that you're on the team, but I'm gonna need you to leave the team because of your grades. And it was mutual understanding. I was like, okay, cool. So,